Well, hello there, folks. Welcome back to my channel. Hope each and every one of you are truly well and blessed by our Lord and Savior. What in the hell is going on there? Yeah, you're gonna have to stick around to see what's going on there. So yeah, another jam-packed episode for you all today. What are we doing? Well, we're riding with the Busa and sorting a couple of things out, and yeah, as I say, jam-packed episode. So yeah, join us in the live chat if you're watching when it's premiering. And yeah, there's the moon. Can you see it? Yeah. All right, so let's not wara too long. I think it's like let me just check. All right, I checked. 20 days left till the top ends. 20 days, people. Then it's top end time. So yeah. Oh, and then 7 days before that, Hayabusa summertime. Haha! Alright, let me stop yapping. Let's get to the movie. Alright folks, you know how it goes. Before we start the video, first a little shout out to all the members / sponsors of the channel. Thank you guys a hell of a lot. There was no new free membership given last week in the live chat. We didn't reach the goal for 10 super chats. So yeah, that's sad. It's the first time since I've got this whole membership live thingy going that we didn't make a free member, but that's fine. That probably happens. So yeah, not a lot of all these are still the regular members. So yeah, thank each and every one of you a hell of a lot. Thanks for supporting the channel and all that like groceries. And yeah, let's stop yapping and get to the movie. All right. Okay, you lovely folks. Yeah, you see the Busa, you see the ethanol, you see the pipe. So we're quickly gonna get the bike ready to go do not a top end run, but a data run, so I can show you all the lekker ins and outs. So to be able to go and do a run, we check the chain, we loop the chain. Obviously we're gonna have to add ethanol. Not gonna run ice today, but we do check this. Make sure there's still water in. Just to show you. You can see, full of water. Nice clean Walter. Check the water meth. And also quickly gonna take out the water meth injectors. Make sure they are still nice, clean and unclogged. Check the oil level. Check the wheels. Check. We're also going to swap out the seat again because, yeah, that's in the data. We'll show you all of that in the data. But, yeah, quickly going to get the bike ready. So I'm going to drive it to the spot we test on there in Mexico, you know, far away. So I can show you all the speed and like groceries. So, yeah, if I find anything strange, I will show you. But otherwise, just getting the bike ready so we can go and make a hit. All right, so hold on. Okay, folks, yeah. So yeah, we're busy checking, and yeah, look at that. My injectors, water meth injectors, all 3 of them are clogged. I know one guy commented and said they almost had to clean theirs after every run, so that's why I'm checking mine now, because we need the data and see what the water meth is doing, and it's clogged. So yeah, quickly gonna strip them. If I see any greenery on the inside, I'll show you. But yeah, we'll quickly give them a clean. And yeah, the holes on them are so small. I use this. Now you would think, yeah, but why is there a pipe cleaner? So the pipe cleaner only works on this injector, and it only works on the smallest one. So the smallest one, yeah. is like, it looks like hair thick or hair thin. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it there. So it only works on the one. The other ones are smaller. That's why I have that to unclog the holes, because they are that small. So yeah, let me strip them and clean them out again. Okay folks, so that water meth injectors were clogged, but nothing you could see. They were just not spraying. So I wanted to show you how difficult it is to add the water meth mix. So I just want to concentrate net a little bit hier. Oh, yeah, no. So we want to run this as full as possible to give it as much downforce pressure for the whole system as possible, if possible. Yeah, it'd be nicer if this bottle was half empty, but it was full, so okay, I think that is it. And yeah, let me zoom out. So you see, you go through there, voila, Bob is your uncle. Okay, so water meth added, everything checked, we're getting ready to go. Sorry for the shaking.
Diamond clothes. Did you make this? No, I didn't make which one do you want? Then I'll take this one. No,
Yeah, folks, and you saw that lovely runs we had now. Let me just get out of the light. Why is the bike stripped? Yeah, the quick shifter, air shifter didn't work. So we quickly busy checking what's going on there. But yeah, don't worry, it's just, yeah, I already opened up the harness, sort of, and already got the box out. So it's not activating, so something small happened, not sure what. But we are figuring it out, and yeah, while we are busy, the battery is busy leaving the chat. But no worries, we've got a... Hello, Telly. Yeah, it's a bit cold in here, so she's there by the heater. We've got this lovely lithium ion, and you saw me pick it up. It weighs like nothing, and it's like 3 to 4 times stronger than the one I've got in. So yeah, we've been waiting for this. It's got even a nice little press button with lights to show you how strong it is. Yo, upgrades we are doing. But yeah, we need to install this there. See how much bigger it is. Don't think it's a lot bigger. But yeah. Actually, what I should show you is how difficult it is to start the bike, because that battery is about to leave the chat. Didn't unplug anything, so yeah, let's do a comparison. And this battery is probably a bit flat at the moment. No? Oh. Okay, so listen to how she swings. I am not sure if she's even gonna start. Oh yeah, we've got a voltage. You see there, 12 volts. I'm not sure how accurate this Chinese gauge is, but... Alright, you hear it swings and it drops down to 10 volts. So yeah, let's install that lithium battery and listen to that sound. Good news, folks. What the hell happened here? So yeah, in attempting to install this battery into that hole, as you can see there by that side, I already cut that out. And still she doesn't want to fit. Oh yeah, and something little else. You see positive, negative, positive, negative. So the battery terminals isn't the wrong way around. I mean, this battery isn't intended for this bike, but yeah, the wrong way around. So I need to move everything a bit, and that tray is still not big enough, so I have to cut this side. So yeah, guess what? We're taking this whole tray out, and then we're gonna see if we can make a plan. Otherwise, maybe install a different tray. I've got a couple. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm busy taking out this whole package tray thing, and hell, maybe even we'll have to build an, no, let's hope not. Okay, but yeah, just to inform you, don't worry about the wires. It's just to make way. So yeah, let me make way. All right. Yeah, great news, folks. You see, there's no package tray anymore. There it is. And there's another one. And there's another one. And there hangs another one. And oh yeah, there's another one. Yeah, and we were just talking about it's like 27 days till the top ends. So yeah, that's more than enough time. Let's make one out of aluminum and make everyone happy, and we can put it wherever we want it, and we can refit everything and make everything look pretty. And yeah, don't worry about that. That's just everything that was here is now there. So yeah, I'm so excited. You can look at Tilly. That's excitement. So yeah, it's time to start with that cat design of mine again. So I've got some cardboard because I've got oil and stuff. So yeah, Apparently we're gonna be building a package tray out of, you see that blue and white stripes there? Well, that's a sheet of aluminum. Happy days. Yeah, let's get started. Okay, folks. So yeah, you can see Tilly is sleeping. Oh my soul, 5 to 12 in the evening. All right. But yeah, there's the cardboard aided design. Let me stand up and show you quite nicely. Got a step in the bottom. So, and then you might say, but won't the tire hit it or won't it rub against it? It looks like too much space. Well, if you check here and you can listen, the tire is now, or the swing arm is as deep in as it can go. It can't go any further. So the wheel is on full drop, if you can say it like that. And you check at the bottom, not a lot of space, but it clears everywhere. And yeah, so the battery's new space where it's gonna live, and it's also gonna sort out my positive and negative. Instead of the battery being here in front, moving it here to the back. Can't put it down now, but then you might say, but won't it interfere with the seat? You check there, it's almost level. Oh, the seat. Oh, there's the seat. I put the seat on. Sorry. And it's in place. And you can check the seat has still got more than a finger's worth of space up top. So yeah, everything's gonna work beautifully. The only thing I think I'm gonna change in my whole setup is because the battery is gonna be in the back. I'm gonna put the ECU master in the front. Probably gonna make a, where the battery used to be, gonna make a bracket to hold the ECU master. And yeah, all of its relays, groceries, maybe some of the relays will be here. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna have to make that out of aluminum, and we can fit everything from there. So yeah, I won't do it now. I'll probably do it tomorrow. But yeah, that's the cardboard aided design. Done. So folks, just to show you, no subframe, nothing. We went from that cardboard aided design. Just go this way. So we built it out of cardboard. And there's the cardboard, transferred it to aluminum. You see all the shavings on the ground. I cut it out by hand. Oh, it's nice. Going back to basics. So yeah, now I need to bend those two tabs. That one at the back. This one here at the front. And yeah, there's the subframe. So then we can install it there. So yeah, I'll show you once this is all bent up and ready to go in. Yeah, so I just want to give you a quick little glimpse. Just get out of the light on how it's turning out. So yeah, clearances are tight. I didn't put that lip in the cat design, and I still need to bend this piece, but that's why I put it on the bike. The back wheel is not pulled down at the moment, but as you can see, it goes in all the way, well, all the way to this line. So just before this point here, so I'm gonna angle it up, and probably where the back box was like in here, probably gonna make it half smaller to give even extra space for the back wheel. But this will probably be the last time I'll show you anything like this. The next thing you'll see, it'll probably be done or close to done. So yeah, just so you can see some of the steps. Yeah, so just to show you all, I'm busy with the second piece. Made it to slide in on the bottom one and get tied in. And there you can check I marked it. So it's hitting a couple of places, but just to show you, we are making progress. So now I'm gonna take it out. See, it's already bent and stuff. I'm gonna cut this piece out quite loosely and we'll work from there. Yeah, so the undertail is pretty much done. The only problem is it's now only supported by the front bolts. It needs a couple of supports here at the back. It looks nice at the moment, but it's because there's a ruler keeping it up. So I'll quickly make a couple of supporting brackets on the sides, and then we can start putting some of that stuff back in place and see how it's gonna look. So yeah, I'll show you how I built all this lovely. You check there, it's got nice little swoopy pieces and stuff in. I use some of the most advanced products on the market. They're so advanced I don't think you can buy them at this moment, or I don't know when you'll be able to buy them. Probably I should show you. Let me quickly show you. As I say, most advanced products, you can't buy them anywhere. Still a lot of aluminum, so this is one of them. That's another one. The different shapes, pieces of steel, and then a special vise to clamp them into, and then you use either a hammer or a hammer, and you can hit the living crap out of the aluminum to shape it. And if you want to cut it, you use this. Yeah, primitive, but yeah, it works. So let me finish it. All right, it's done. Put nice little brackets in, tie them to the top, so there's still space for our rear box to come back here. We will fit that, put the roof nuts in. So yeah, now the question is, will the tire up? You check there, there's about 1 fist worth of space. So yeah, let's see. The way I had it, the tire would have gone level here, so I even added this much space extra. There you can check it. No wheel, no touching. Oh, me love you a long time. All right. So this video is gonna become long, so just skiet hom daar. I will install all those lekker groceries over to this side. Won't show you, I'll just show you when it's done. All right, so let me do that. Not quickly, it's gonna take a day or two. All right. Okay, folks. Yeah, sorry for the shadows, and the lighting isn't good at the moment, and yeah, it still looks pretty bad, but it's getting closer. We made the bracket. We didn't make the bracket. You see these 4 bolts. Let me just put this in here. Then you can see how it's gonna work. Battery's gonna sit like that on 4 bolts. I might ask, yeah, 4 bolts, and then positive, negative. This will still get sorted out. I changed a couple of things, put button heads in here, also at the bottom. Cut a bit of the aluminum away so the wires can pass each side. The ECU master, if you check down there, is nice and tight. So you see the battery is still a bit loose. So yeah, I cut short one. Hoe short ek nou een? Hier is 'n stuk silicone hose laat val. Alright, somewhere I must have dropped one. Right? But yeah, okay, pieces of silicone hose, so they go over the bolts like that, and that, and one more there, and I'm shorting one. Okay, don't know what happened to the other one, but I will find it. Must have dropped it somewhere. Okay, but then it goes in again, and that'll keep it nice and tight. So yeah, let me find the last piece of hose I dropped and sort out the rest, and I'll show you once I'm done. All right, folks, quickly want to show you something. I want to tell you something. So this whole aluminum bracket and everything took me like 3 days to build. Remember, I've got a day job and everything, but just want to try and explain why it takes so long. I made those lovely, and I got the other silicone hose brackets to keep the battery in place. So now I've got loads of positive wires for loads of accessories. I needed a way to keep the battery in place, and I also want a way to run more or something to help with all of the positive wires. So yeah, I made this little bracket now, and now you see there's a test button on the battery. I can still push that, and now you might ask, why is this up here? Well, I want to run this. So this is like a bus bar for the positive. So I want to connect it like that. Run a wire from there to this bus bar and connect all of the extra positives onto that. So yeah, just made this little bracket. So now I need to, it is installed and right and tight. So now I need to bend it so it goes over the battery, and I will take it off now and bend it a little more so it goes flush with the battery. But yeah, just something like that. You must think of it, see if it's going to work the way you want it. Then made it out of the cardboard design, make it out of aluminum, shape it. And yeah, that takes a while, so that's why stuff like this, the thing is built already, but I made this little bracket, so this goes there now. Still need to make a bracket for the relays and all of the other accessories I want to put on here. So if you see stuff like this, just remember, yeah, it takes time to make. All right, a little insider info. Let me continue. Okay, folks, so yeah, I wanted to show you how the bike swings with the new battery, and yeah, we had to re-engineer the whole wheel, and we were also looking for that off wire for the shifter. So I'll quickly show you the whole setup. We'll go through it, and I did find the wire, the off wire for the shifter. There it is. I'll be replacing this block with something else. I don't like that. So yeah, you check, there's the wire, there's the kill box. This is also the trigger wire, which I will put the lock in. But yeah, it is done. I haven't taken the aluminum panels out to have them powder coated. I will do that, but not now, because everything is in a place, but we are not certain that it's going to stay like that. It's going to live like that. So yeah, the ECU master. You check in there where my finger is, down there. There's an Allen key. It's tight. The wire's closed. This is the USB. It goes down. There where my finger is, connects. Vacuum hoses. Everything in its place. We've got the 12 volt bus bar with all the extra 12 volts. Got the new line cut in half, goes this way and that way. I shown you the brackets I built here. Didn't show you this. I made another bracket, you see there, for the relay. So they also screwed into this. You take it off, it's off. I will put another bolt in between the two, but they're not going anywhere. Then the shift unit, the kill box in its place, grounded. The ECU master data logger in its place, the breather box in its place, and everything nice and tight. So all the wires are sorted. This is for the tank. Yeah, everything is in its place, everything is connected, everything is ready. I just wanted to show you this, so when I put the tank back in, you're obviously not going to see all that. So yeah, then I can at least show you if the bike starts with the new battery. So yeah, just wanted to show you that. I think it came out beautifully. You can comment down below if you think I could have done it better or something. I still, as I say, have to fix that wire and put the jump connection on that. That's just the keel wire for the shifter. So yeah, I'll quickly put the tank and stuff back on, and then we can see for the first time how the bike swings with the new battery. Okay, let me do that. Okay, tank is on, everything is on, and just look at this lovely clearance back here. I should actually put the seat on and show you the seat. Yeah, I will do that, but let's see if the bike starts. Oh, and if you saw in the beginning of the video, that is one of those nose fronts. I'm still not sure if I'm going to use it. So yeah, that's why it was lying here. I'm still checking it out, and yeah, you can see it needs a lot of shaping still. But yeah, next video we will be going on with that, seeing if it works or not and what it does and. But yeah, let's see. Good. All right. So if you can remember in the beginning when I swung the bike, it was like oi. I can't remember. Hopefully you can still remember. I'm not gonna put the video clip of it in. So yeah, let's hear her now. Sounds a lot faster. Let's just put this thing on voltage, 12.7. And it drops to about 11 point something. Just switch her off like that because she is ice cold. But yeah, at least now you could see she swings pretty well, apparently, according to me, much better. The voltage isn't dropping that much, but also the battery was on its way out, so that's why this one's voltage isn't dropping that much. It's got like 3 times the cold cranks the old battery had, so it's better in every sense of the way. Yeah, I will finish up everything, put the fairing back on and everything, and we can go test again for the first time. Or yeah, the reason, yeah, you know, I didn't have the memory card in and stuff like that. So yeah, if you've been watching all this time and you liked what you saw, like, comment, share, become members, well, join the live chat, I don't know, do something. Just show signs of life, and I appreciate it a lot. I hope the Lord blesses each and every one of you. And yeah, next week we'll definitely be on this bike again. The week after that will be the Busa Summit, and the week after that, the top ends. So yeah, hold on, hold farms. Pray for everyone, wish everyone luck, and thank you all. God bless you all. See you next week, Tuesday. All right, goodbye.